Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Welcome, people, to episode 452 of Film Bastards. I am one of your co-hosts, Mark Foster, and as ever, I am joined by...
Becky Foster. Hello, everyone.
And...
Tits McGee.
And Tits McGee's in the house. So what we got this week? What we got? Thor, Love and Thunder. Mm-hmm. We've filled out our contractual obligation to do another Marvel movie. And this time, Taika Waititi took us, just loads of places. Shadow places, Denmark, I think.
Shadow places and Denmark.
Yeah. Yeah. So we went Thoring, and then we went to Wales, to rural Wales, with Brian and Charles, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah. We're expecting to go there, but I think we all got a nice trip out there, maybe. We'll see. We've also got some what we've been watching bits, trailers. There's been a few trailers. And then we'll have some tangents, news and bits like that, questions, and yeah. So we are a Pod Syndicate podcast. There's other Pod Syndicate podcasts out there like Chinstroker versus Punter, who are now on YouTube. And what else is there? Rewatch Project, Iron Sequel, His Film, Her Movie, Civic Landfill, and all sorts of other shows. So, go listen to those, but listen to us first because you're already here listening. Don't turn off and go to them. Continue listening. Patreon. We've just recorded our latest Bastards Get an F. I looked through the CinemaScore F films. We've just recorded fear.com.com. There was lots of Stephen Dorff chat, wasn't there? There was Dorfy chat. So go listen to that. It's just £2 a month, and you get extra shows. Ian, what was the Let's Get Physical about this week?
I wasn't. I've missed the last. I missed the last 2 weeks of the Bastards box office and this week's Let's Get Physical because work. I'm very, very sorry, but. Yeah, I am gonna record more. I promise.
That'll be back there, and you can all look forward to that.
It was always a trial, see how it fits. So I'm not gonna feel too bad about it, but I do also feel bad about it. But also, it's $2 a month.
There you go. $2 a month. It is literally just to support the show, and we do kind of put it into bits for the show. So be it getting movies and bits like that, and it helps us be able to have our occasional meetups that we have and bits like that. But there will always be a free show. But if you can support us, the more people support us, the more shows we'll do, etc. and bits like that.
It's very much appreciated.
It is very much appreciated, and we very much don't want to be one of those podcasts that is constantly peppering people with supporters. So I'll stop now. Ian. What's been happening in the movie news?
Top Gun Maverick. Sorry.
Yeah, can I bring up an absence of news in a second?
Okay, interesting. I was just going to say Top Gun Maverick has officially become Paramount's highest grossing film at the US box office ever. I think it's the US box office. It surpassed Titanic's first run release.
Wow, that's pretty big, though.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we got about 25 years of inflation, but that motherfucker is insane. Fully believe that is going to be the highest grossing film at the US box office this year. Maybe not international, but US. Black Panther's got a chance. Avatar, I suppose. But maybe not with Avatar. Who's to say? Top Gun Maverick is an insanely just 4-quadrant thing. What
I will say is, when we were at the cinema watching Thor, Love and Thunder, there was a couple of trailers on, wasn't there, Bex?
Yes.
Before Thor, Love and Thunder, I can't remember. There was one on before the Avatar one, and everyone did kind of shut up and watch it a little bit, didn't they? And I can't remember what it was for. What's coming up soon?
Nope.
No, it wasn't Nope. We didn't get a Nope trailer, did we?
No.
Before that.
Can't remember.
It was something else.
Black Adam.
Yes, that was it. Black
Was
Adam.
it really?
Yeah, and there seemed to be a little
Oh
bit
fuck! I thought I was joking.
of people getting not like giggles, but people did kind of simmer down a little bit for that. But then the Avatar one came on, and there was just zero interest in it whatsoever, apart from a couple of people going. I literally heard one person go, "What? Why?" At one point.
It's gonna be interesting because they've only finished 2 and 3, and like Cameron has been very well. I want 4 and 5 to come out, but who knows? It's just like I wonder how much it would have to make for them not to do 4 and 5.
I think if it makes less than 300 million.
What?
What?
Worldwide?
Yeah. I think it'd have to really bomb. And I think 300 million.
Oh, sorry. I forgot my own question. I thought you said... I thought you meant I think it's going to make 300 million.
No.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, right, it did like $2.7 billion.
Right. So, however, this is the thing. Because the thing is, here, what is interesting is, and I will always state this, is never bet against Cameron. And I don't mean that it's going to be good when I say that. I mean that it will make money. However, there is a number of caveats when people bring up you look at how much Avatar made, and it did make an astonishing amount of money, but it had the 3D thing behind it. That it basically Cameron championed that this was the first 3D movie, the first proper real 3D movie that there'd been. And it got, at the time you had multiple, people were going, even people who didn't like it were going 3 or 4 times to see it. I just don't think, and it was new. There wasn't anything else like it really in the marketplace at the time. I don't think you've got that as much anymore. I can't see it being a film that people are going to go to 3 and 4 times like they were doing with Avatar.
No.
But
no,
then again,
yeah.
Cameron's good at bringing out a hook. He is. He once he gets into things, he's very good at essentially fucking fuck it. I'm gonna say it. He can fucking show them the snow. He can be the snowman for it.
Oh dear.
But he can.
Snowman strikes again.
Snowman strikes again. Fucking Cameron.
We need to remember this conversation and say it if it makes a fuck ton of money.
It's going to do very well. I think if it makes less than 300 mil, that's when they'll go, nope, fucking ship sailed on it.
Yeah. I mean, like, it just Free's basically done already. But then, like, I don't think they've done much, if anything, on 4 and 5. And so Empire had a big feature on Avatar 2 this last week, and Cameron said in it that in Avatar 4, quite early on there is a time jump. So it kind of feels like does 3 end in a place where you don't necessarily need 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a direct continuation. Like, it feels like 2 won't be telling a complete story and you'll need 3. But is there enough of a break point? But, I mean, I don't know. The thing is, for Avatar, I am interested in 3D again. Like, IMAX 3D, because it's almost like a theme park ride as well as a film in some respects. And I'm definitely interested in that. and the competition is generally staying out the way. The only thing that's big that's really competing with it is Shazam 2. And, you know, there are levels of big. I think that's got a good opportunity of being counter-programming. I think Shazam 2 is going to do fine.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. It feels like it's going to have the marketplace relatively to itself. But you know, we'll see. 300 million. Wow. It feels like, okay, it's only just made like 10% of what the first did. Yes, there were other factors, but like it feels like to me, if it made 400 million, it would be tainted.
I think if it makes anything under, I would say realistically, this film's got to make minimum to get by, not to break even. That minimum to get by is 700 million. It's about the lowest bar it can make. I think if it made 500 million, they'd still be like, well, you know what, there is mitigating factors. Let's get people back interested in it. We'll make it up on the next one. I think if it makes 500 million and is horribly reviewed, and it literally goes, it makes 200 of that in the first fucking week and then falls off a cliff, then I think they'll start to get worried. But I still think they'll go ahead with the next ones. Because it's not. It's the thing is, it's not just the movie that is making them the money. It's the rides, it's the merchandise, it's all of that makes money.
I kind of feel like it makes 700 million. It's going to struggle to be in like the top 5 of worldwide grosses for like this year. And that just fit.
Yeah, it's something it's got to be huge for it to make sense. Otherwise, if it isn't number 1 or maybe number 2, then why does it exist? Unless it's really fucking good.
But I mean, this is it, you know. Yeah, I mean, like if it critically, it's like this is fucking amazing, but audiences just didn't go out and see it. Then you know, if it gets Oscar nominations and things like that, I think they can save face through that as well. But I'm thinking about the worldwide box office this year. You got Top Gun. It's on just under 1.2 billion. Doctor Strange isn't going to do $1 billion, but I think it's over 950. Jurassic World, I think, is on about 850-ish at the moment. Minions is like on its way up there. I don't think it's going to get to those heights. But then Black Panther is gonna do big numbers.
Well, that brings me to my bit of non-news.
I was wondering. Yeah, go on.
So my bit of non-news is Black Panther comes out in like a little over 3 months, yeah. And like there's nothing.
So the first trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder, to be fair, I think only came out about 4 months ago as well. But we kind of just knew more about it. It's the fact that I saw on Twitter today that the only even piece of concept art that has been shown of it is some fucking really bad quality picture that someone took at some fucking merchandising exhibition. And like the quality of it's fucking horrible. And I mean, like, I think, you know, we discussed on the show before, but the rumours are that it's being retooled, and Lupita Nyong'o's character is apparently going to be taking more of a central role, and maybe not as much Letitia Wright. But yeah, it is odd. Like, we have no idea who the bad guy is. We have. I mean, like, there's no real sign that we know what's happening, and that's been a thing with Marvel. But I saw a spoiler for the last episode of Miss Marvel today. Do you guys care if I talk about it?
No.
No.
Okay. So, in Miss Marvel, there's a mid-credit scene where Brie Larson's in it. Big surprise. But there is also a bit where, and I don't know the context, but one of the characters says it's a mutation, and you hear the fucking kind of like sting from the X-Men cartoon. So it feels like the direction that we are heading towards is X-Men are coming, and that's gonna be like a big thing for like the end of Phase 4 into Phase 5.
Well, yeah,
last week
there's been so much chatter, hasn't there, about Taron Egerton getting cast as Wolverine.
Which I interesting casting that.
Yeah.
If that's
sense.
true, he could do a really good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's a good actor. You know, he can probably pull off the physicality of it, and I think it could be a fun, a little different dynamic of going a different way on it.
Yep. Yeah. So this is the thing. It kind of feels so. Comic-Con is next weekend. Marvel are doing a panel there. So it feels to me like suddenly we are just going to get a fucking explosion of right. This is where we're going.
Yeah.
And they need to do that now because of, there is malaise coming. We'll talk about Thor.
Yeah.
Generally, people don't seem to like it very much. And that's becoming the norm with MCU films all of a sudden.
I think that will form part of our Thor chat, I think. Yeah, for sure.
Sure, yeah.
Any other news anyone's seen? One of my anticipated movies of the year is going to Amazon Prime.
What's that?
The Samaritan.
Oh, it is, in August. Yeah.
It's a superhero of kind movie starring Sylvester Stallone, directed by the guy who did Overlord. A movie that I didn't get on with too well, but you both really liked, I think.
Quite liked it, yeah.
Yeah, you really liked it, that's the thing. But yeah, that's going straight to Prime, so I look forward to not being able to find that on August the 26th. But yeah, I was hoping that was going to go to the cinema, but never expecting it to go into a cinema. But yeah, so that's I'm kind of looking forward to that. It'll be a nice little treat at the end of August. Yeah. I think we can go to the Grey Man in the cinema because it is playing our Parkway.
Is it?
Which is quite nice. I'm looking forward to that as well.
That is exciting.
Yeah. So
sweet. So are we committing to reviewing the Grey Man next week then?
Yeah. I know we usually do that at the end of the show, but yeah, it just popped in my head then.
It'll be interesting to watch a Netflix film in the cinema.
Yes,
like all of us to do that and see how it fits.
And
there's
reviews.
Some fucking mixed word on Grey Man.
Yeah. I've seen some people saying, "Oh, well, it's just very generic blockbuster. Is this what Netflix should be spending their money on?" And other people going, "It's really fucking good."
Yeah, it's probably exactly the thing that Netflix should be spending their money on if they actually want to make money.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
it is.
Or fortunately, delete as applicable.
Yeah. They definitely should be spending it on that and not parties for the Spectator.
Can I just clarify?
What?
Is the big new release this week the fucking Railway Children
No,
movie?
it's the Grey Man.
Yep.
Cinema release though.
Yeah, it is Railway Children.
That's gross.
I mean, yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is gross. Like, yeah, your reaction on that is actually a quite an actual proper reaction, though.
But I mean, like, who the fuck is gonna go watch that? Like, there is no chance on God's green earth Lottie would ever fucking countenance me taking her to see that, and I agree.
No, do you know what?
No.
Do you know who is going to watch that?
The kind of people that watch Downton Abbey and
Bridgerton. Kids are going to watch it who are being dragged there with their grandparents. kicking and screaming, going, "No, can't we go and see Minions? Can't we go and see Thor? No,
Can't we stay home and stick pins in our
We're going to go and
eyes?
see the Railway Children. It's really good. We used to watch when we were kids."
Just straight up, that thing is gonna fucking die on its arse.
Yeah,
They're trying to cash in, aren't they, on this kind of posh fetishism that's going around at the moment.
Yeah.
And yeah, gross.
Yeah.
Not keen.
Yeah, that's why I'm so glad that we're gonna do the Grey Man.
Yeah.
And then at least next week, the Grey Man's on Netflix, but Where the Crawdads Sing is out. So at least that's something we can review.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Where the Crawdads Sing. Written by a woman who... Has anyone heard the backstory of this?
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
So the woman who wrote Where the Crawdads Sing used to live in... is it Ghana, I think it is?
Okay.
Can't go back there because they fled in the night after killing a trespasser.
Oh.
Yeah. Also was remarked as saying that I'm gonna have to double check to make sure that this was Ghana because I don't think it was Ghana. So I don't want to get this wrong. So bear with me 2 seconds. Delia Owens. Where was it she was? Zambia. Sorry, it was Zambia.
Okay.
Yeah. Described Africa as nice continent, pity about the Africans.
Wow. And that's on her Wikipedia.
I mean,
Yeah.
fucking hell.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, the reviews for that are not great as well.
Well, they're brutal,
A lot
aren't
of
they?
people basically pointing out no way would that character look as good as Daisy Edgar Jones, which is quite funny, to be honest.
There's a lot of people going, hang on a minute, right? So she lives on her own in the marshes, but her clothes are impeccably pressed.
Yeah.
But we will get to it. We will get to that in a couple of weeks.
If it does, I'll be honest. Look, I'm I'm turning around on Reese Witherspoon, but when that trailer says like from producers Reese Witherspoon and Hello Sunshine.
Yeah.
Hello Sunshine is the production company Reese Witherspoon until very recently owned.
Yep.
You can't you can't say that, surely. It's like saying, even though The Rock would probably do this, from The Rock and
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
yeah, or like The Rock and whatever the fuck his energy drink's called.
I mean, I am on Hello Sunshine's website right now, right? The opening page is Reese's Book Club. Guess which book is currently this month's
Jesus
book?
fucking Christ. Are you serious?
Have a guess. This is the opening page. Becky, you're witnessing this. I haven't got anything else I've had.
No.
Right, have a guess which book it is.
The Bible.
Nope, it's Where the Crawdads Sing.
Yeah.
Guess what else, though? It's so badly cropped that you can't make out the full title of Where the Crawdads Sing because there's a picture of Reese Witherspoon next to it.
Gonna need to look at that.
There is 1, 2, 3 pictures of Reese Witherspoon on this page.
Oh shit, the G is ever so slightly cut off. The C, holy shit.
Who did that?
What
is it
the
in long aspect ratio?
fuck?
It is kind of, yeah.
They just needed to squeeze that a little bit. That's bad,
It's
eh?
really bad.
Oh, hang on. Right. at Hello Sunshine, they are changing the narrative for women, and they are telling women's stories in their own words. We sound like heels on the ground, emails being sent, pen on paper, wine glasses clinking, taking off those heels at the end of the day, laughter, and sometimes tears.
Wow.
Yeah, because women... So, okay, women wear heels, send emails, write stuff with pens, drink wine, and then take their shoes off. Becky, as a woman, is that basically how your day goes?
I mean, I do send a lot of emails.
You do drink a lot of wine as well.
I do like wine.
Yeah.
Don't wear heels.
Don't wear heels.
Bad for your arches.
I mean, that's a pretty successful ratio.
Yeah,
there.
it's not bad. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Meatloaf would be proud of that.
Meatloaf would be so
Yeah.
happy.
I mean, Jesus fucking Christ! The person who had to write that copy, wowee. I mean, even though I have to write some bullshit, but at least I don't have to write that. What the fuck is that thing? Right, go. Right, I mean, we're going in, guys. We're going into HelloSunshine.com now. Click on our story.
Yep.
Towards the bottom right, yeah?
Yep.
And then scroll down. It's not there anymore. There was a fucking weird fucking looking like pastry thing.
Yeah, I saw the pastry thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a fortune cookie?
It's a fortune cookie. The future is female is the fortune.
The future is female with a fortune cookie.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Do not forget you are loved. There's Reese Witherspoon on the cover of the Wall Street Journal magazine. That's good. Nice, good for her. Be a woman to watch. That sounds... That's like the womaninfear.com.
Yep.
Wow. Cool. And there's an old woman eating wonton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hello Sunshine. That is a website.
Yep. So, trailers. There have been some. There have been trailers.
I'm just going to have a look in their store.
I should look at the
carry
star.
on. I'm gonna...
I should look at the star as well.
Oh, they've got an It's Lit hat. Oh, it's sold out.
Yeah, the hat sold out. I noticed that as well.
I'll be honest. I think I might have just found a website to get some stuff for Donna for her birthday. She fucking loves Reese Witherspoon. But I don't know whether I should buy Donna stuff from a site that I am fucking taking the piss out of.
No, probably not.
What's under Master the Mess? Master the Mess travel makeup bag. What's that now? Traveling can be stressful. We've all been there.
Oh, there's more.
Traveling, yeah.
There's more. Oh, it's all sold out.
What's under Shine On?
Shine On with
lamps?
Reeves pens. Yeah, I'm just looking at these.
Right, hang on. Leading Lady T-shirt and a pin set. I thought it was going to be lamps.
No, it's not.
Or is that in Home and Gifts?
I'm looking at some pins. There's one of like an arrow. There's a heart with some bits that you can't see. A football. A pizza and a pin of Reese Witherspoon.
$7.95 for some pens.
Yep. Or some magnetic poetry.
They're having supply chain issues.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sold out stuff here.
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
They've only got iPhone cases. If you want Android, get to fuck.
No, you don't deserve it.
Which is correct.
Yeah. They don't want your business.
Whiskey in a teacup pin set. What's this? But one of them's just a pin of Reese Witherspoon saying, "You got this."
Yeah.
It's great content, guys.
All right, fine. Let's move on.
This is the concept our people need to hear.
I think they can probably look at the website themselves.
They don't need to know.
Well, they
We
don't.
just did it for them.
Well, no,
the
they've
narration of
they've
it.
just they've They've just had an audio tour.
Yeah.
Hello Sunshine should be paying us.
Yeah, they should.
You were taking the piss out of it.
No, we weren't. Ian.
I meant every fucking word. You shut your mouth.
Ian. Orphan, First Kill. The sequel
Sorry.
to a movie from... When?
1 billion years ago.
What?
Orphan, the film.
Oh, fuck. Right, apparently she's been de-aged. Fuck off, she has. She doesn't look 9.
I don't get what's going on. Why is this film there?
No. Right. We know what's gonna happen.
Yep.
Because we know Orphan.
Yep.
It would be a twist in this film if it turns out she's not the killer.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't get it. It's just you know, we've said sometimes it's the sequel nobody asked for. This is it. What do everyone think of the trailer?
The thing is, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. Because Orphan was fucking unhinged.
Yeah.
And this just needs to have some of that, and I'll be interested. I'll be in.
Didn't Orphan come out the same year as... What was that? What was that fucking Adrian Brody one where he fucked the fucking alien thing that he made?
Oh, God. Yeah.
Splice.
Didn't they come out like the same year?
I think they might have.
2009. Yeah, but they both came out 2009.
Yeah, sounds right.
And it was kind of like... It was the year where things fuck icky things in films.
Yeah. God, that is an icky film. I've forgotten all about that.
That is an icky film.
Yeah. I've made this amazing thing. I'm gonna fuck it.
Hang on. Right. This breaking news that Noel's putting in the boy chat, that can't be right.
What?
The title for the new Scream's been revealed.
Why is it Scream 6?
Scream ! Exclamation mark.
That can't be right.
I just need to see if there's any actual verifiable sources like reporting this.
Other than Noel? Are you saying he's an unreliable source?
Yes.
So Bex, what's your thoughts on the Orphan? Because this is your wheelhouse.
It is, but I don't like the original.
Do you not?
No.
The fuck's wrong with you, you madhead?
It's icky,
Yeah?
but not in a good way.
I'm looking forward to rewatching the original. I quite liked it Orphan.
I wouldn't mind rewatching it actually, because I may have been wrong. Yeah, I'll fucking watch it. It's a horror movie, isn't it?
Yes.
That's about where my bar is.
Fair, yeah. What other trailers have we been watching this week, guys?
I mean, there's a real piece of shit to talk about.
Yeah, there's another one to talk about, isn't there?
I don't know if there is anything else.
Another trailer for Bodies, which seemed to basically be exactly the same as the first trailer for Bodies. I'm quite looking forward to Bodies.
I just want to play the game Bodies, but without the actual real life murder. But that sounds fun.
I don't want to be in a house party with that many people.
No, but what's that game that the children play with those?
Spin the bottle.
No, with those weird like amorphous blob people, and sus came from it.
Hungry Hippos.
No.
What the fuck are you on about?
Hang on a second.
Amorphous blobs?
Yeah. Hang on. Is sus.
What's sus?
Suspicious.
Among Us.
Yeah, that's it. It's kind of like that. So like the murderer knows they're the murderer, and no one else knows they're the murderer, and you have to like wander around the house. But it's like with a murder mystery kind of twist thrown in.
Wait, what's
It'd be pretty cool if a murderer didn't know they were a murderer.
You are.
It'd be pretty cool if a murderer didn't know they were a murderer.
There's that. What's
Then how
that
would they
film?
murder?
What's that film with Is it Robert Carlyle in it?
I don't know.
We watched it where he plays the barber and he keeps accidentally killing people, and so people think he's a serial killer. So eventually he just becomes a serial killer because it's easier.
What was that, Ian?
Millions.
No, it's what was it called?
Aren't they sweets?
I know what you're talking about.
I'm trying to find it now. I need to. It's going to come out a couple of years ago. The Legend of Barney Thompson.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah. He basically becomes like a serial killer by accident. It's quite amusing with that movie. Actually.
Thing is, I'll watch Pete Davidson in pretty much anything because that guy absolutely knows his fucking lane and he sticks to it and he's really, really good at it.
Yeah. The next one I've got, Day Shift. Which, I was saying to Bex, it does feel a little bit like this is a How Would You Done It Again movie. Literally. like they've gone,
Yeah.
right, so I've got this idea. Go on, what is it? And they've pitched an idea and they've gone, don't like it. They've gone, what about Jamie Foxx, Dave Franco and Snoop Dogg fight zombies? I'll show you fight vampires, but it's not for good reasons. It's so they can harvest them for money. Boom! And they've just gone, and then it's just been the Howard, you've done it again. Bump! There you go.
That's so weird. I'm really glad you got that reference, Ian, because he said it to me earlier, and I was like, I do not know what the fuck you're on about.
Howard, you've done
No,
it again.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Yeah, this looks alright. It did make me laugh. It was like from the people who taught John Wick how to kick ass. It's directed by the supervising stunt coordinator for John Wick 2. So let's maybe, like, that feels like, how can we get away with this connection?
Yeah, how can we say from the people who brought you John Wick without saying from the people who brought you John Wick?
Oh, well, okay. Like, it would hold up in a court of law. Technically, this guy, at some point, told Keanu Reeves to do a kick.
Yeah. I want from the people who brought John Wick a coffee.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing. It's like that Father Stew should have been like from the person who let Mel Gibson fuck her.
Yes. Comes nepotism, the movie.
Did you ever watch Father Stew?
I've still not watched Father Stew. Yeah, I've still not.
No, you got to get that done for year end though.
I've got to get it done for fucking year end. Yeah, it's gonna be on the list, isn't it?
Okay.
What, for like worst stuff?
Yeah.
You wash your fucking mouth out.
Yeah.
Alright, chill.
So the monsters.
So we've both told Becky to shut the fuck up at once on this show, haven't we?
You're not very nice, are you?
Sorry. I said sorry after, you know.
I'm not saying sorry. Stand by, man.
No,
I'm gonna make you watch Father Stew with me now.
I don't want to.
You can. Yeah, the monsters. So Rob Zombie has wanted to make this movie, right? For like 20 odd years. And then he's finally said that he got the money and the opportunity to make it. But it looks like it cost less than any of his other movies.
Yeah, but it's going for that monsters-y kind of look, isn't it?
What shit?
Yeah, this. But who? Right, but
I mean,
but who's it for? Like genuinely.
I'm quite keen for it, I'm not going to lie.
Oh yeah.
I loved the monsters. And it looks like it's got that same...
even
kind of
after
thing,
this
like-
trailer.
Yeah.
But what is it?
Good for you.
I'm a bit of a Rob Zombie apologist.
Well, it's like a prequel where it's about them meeting, isn't it? And becoming Herman and Lily Munster, the couple, because the kids aren't in the trailer, are they?
No. I hope that ain't because he's pitching a sequel.
Eddie and Marilyn?
Why not?
Sure.
Eddie Munster's in it, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah, the actor who played Eddie Munster's in it.
Hang on, the Munsters. Lily.
So-
yeah, Marilyn Munster. Oh,
It-
good one.
It just it feels like the way that Rob Zombie got the opportunity to make this is that he's somehow duped people into thinking that he's a young kid dying of cancer and that this was his make-a-wish. I mean, it's... And the thing is, right, they're talking about how, like, it's a family... Like, it's like the first film you'd be able to watch with kids and whatnot. But it starts with... From the director who brought you House of a Thousand Corpses, Halloween, blah, blah, blah. It's like, right, okay, so fuck that. You haven't made it for kids. You know the audience that's going to watch this. It is basically anybody who will watch a Rob Zombie film.
Yeah.
And it just... There is no fucking chance on God's green earth this gets a cinema release.
Nope.
It's Universal, so if it was streaming, it would be Peacock. It's not even saying that. It feels like they are already embarrassed enough of this film that they're not even saying, yeah, it'll be on Peacock in September.
They've already changed it from Universal to being Universal 1440.
Okay, right.
So, just to give an example, some of Universal 1440's movies are Scorpion King 3,
Right.
Curious George 3, Tremors 5, Jarhead 3, The Siege, that Kindergarten Cop sequel that came out, Backdraft 2.
Lundgren. Yeah. Backdraft here.
Yeah. And American Pie presents Girls Rules.
Well, there we go then.
Yeah.
The defense rests.
This movie might not even come out.
No, I mean, like, it will just drop on VOD.
Yeah.
Like, Peacock will be like, this will taint our brand. And I fucking bet you, I think the Fright Fest lineup comes out tomorrow or Friday. I fucking bet you this is playing Fright Fest because they'll get Rob Zombie there.
Yeah. Yeah, they will get Rob Zombie, and if you get Rob Zombie, you get Sherry Moon Zombie.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't care.
Like,
Say what you want. I'm still excited for it. I think
That's fine, Max.
No,
If it does come to cinema, in any way, shape, or form, I will happily go watch it with you.
Thank you.
hey, look, I mean, like, we'll review it, and I'm not going to be... Believe me, I'm not going to be going in saying, I want to watch the worst film of the fucking year. Like, and I honestly...
You've already seen Father Stew.
What, we haven't seen Fancy?
I haven't seen Father Stew.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, I haven't. It doesn't look so bad. It's good. It looks amateurish, and I don't even necessarily hate all of Rob Zombie's work. Lords of Salem, I think, is a really fucking atmospheric, grungy. Oh bloody hell! I feel a bit weird after that piece of work. You know, I think the dude's obviously got some filmmaking talent.
31 was good, I thought.
31 was all right, you know, and but I mean, it just what the fuck is he doing? But we'll see. We'll see. But the fact that it's like Universal's bottom of the barrel video label says it all.
Yeah, I have a feeling the budget of this was less than $5 million.
Yeah, he probably put up some of the money himself or something.
I think he did. I think he used the proceeds from the last tour that he did to get it funded.
I mean that's you have to respect that kind of hustle. I'm stunned that he got a studio to go, yeah, all right then. But he's got a inbuilt audience though. That's
it.
There's probably a floor of money that they expect to make from it because people like Rob Zombie.
Yep, that's it. You know, I think his thing was that I remember seeing an interview where he was saying, you know, weirdly, my movies, because they're so cheap, never lose money.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, fair enough.
Should we Thor? Let's Thor.
Sure.
Don't have to watch it again, do we?
What?
Oh,
Wow.
spoiler alert.
I thought you were the one that enjoyed it. So Thor. I'm gonna read the IMDb thing. So it's Taika Waititi, obviously. Chris Hemsworth's back. Tessa Thompson's back. And then who else is there? Taika Waititi's back, but Russell Crowe's there. Natalie Portman is back as well. Christian Bale is there. Thor enlists the help of Valkyrie Korg and ex-girlfriend Jane Foster to fight Gore, the God Butcher, who intends to make the gods extinct. That's not quite it, actually. Essentially, remember, guys, we are all spoilers all the time. Natalie Portman's Jane is suffering from stage 4 cancer, and is Mjolnir calls her, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And so
because he's told it to protect her.
Because he's told it to protect her, and so when she is a Thor, she is not dying of cancer, effectively.
Yeah.
Yes.
But also kind of is,
but also
just slower.
Kind of is, yeah.
I just thought Thor was his name.
I think it is his name. But, right, there's a lot of things to get into. We'll get into that one at some point.
Okay.
So, yeah. Thor, Love and Thunder. Bex, did you Love and Thunder it?
See, I got out of it last night after we'd been to see it, thinking, do you know what? I'm not going to sit here and say it's a good film, but I enjoyed my time with it well enough. It was fine. And the more I've thought about it, the more I hate it.
Oh, wow.
It's just so... It just feels like flimsy and inconsequential and juvenile and fucking dumb. And it's like they've gone to YTE. You know, like, people really liked Ragnarok, just do more of the same. So it's hyper fucking colourful and all just quippy. Like, I don't know, I've not read the comic books, but I get the feeling that the Thor character isn't meant to just be comic relief, which is essentially what they've made him, who's occasionally sad because people died.
A lot of people do die. A lot of people don't die as well, though.
All of them should die.
Okay.
I wish Tessa fucking Thompson's character had died. She is heinous in this film. Heinous.
It is spectacular how just little she's adding to any of these films.
Yeah.
Just a constantly evolving accent and some sass.
Yeah.
But not good sass. Like cringe sass.
My thing about Tessa Thompson is, and I don't get it, I don't get the whole appeal about her. She's very much one of those performers who constantly seems to feel a little bit like she's above everything she's doing. A little bit. James Franco developed that a little bit at some point.
Like that though. I bet they got on great.
Who's that?
Natalie Portman.
Yeah, I just quite like Natalie Portman in this though, to be fair. But yeah, but Tessa Thompson, if anybody could ever be as good and as charismatic as Tessa Thompson thinks she is,
yeah.
then that person would be crowned king of the world, or queen of the world, or person of the world.
I need to catch up with Passing at some point because it is directed by Step On Me Becky Hall.
You started watching this, didn't you, Bex?
I started watching it, yes. I think that says all you need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to watch that because I want to watch it.
It's really, really...
Yeah, it like... Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I will say that one moment with Tessa Thompson and Natalie Portman and the Bluetooth speaker, I basically wanted to claw my eyes out.
Oh, that was the bit I turned round to you. What?
Yeah.
What?
Go on.
And said something. What was I said?
you said that is the whitest thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
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 It was very, very, very cringy.
Yeah. That was it.
I wanted the floor to open and just swallow both of them.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, yeah. Oh, anyway, Ian. Thor and Love and Thunder.
Yeah, so I'm going to say this. Everything comes with a caveat here. I went on a works night out the night before. Very, very, very hungover, attending a 10:10 in the morning on a Saturday showing. So absolutely, my brain soaked in the absolute inconsequentialness of it and was like, this will do. So there is that. Again, Bex, like you, the more, and actually like Noel as well, because Noel said that like the more he thinks about it, the more he doesn't like it, and I think that's happening with me as well. I will say that coming out of it, I liked it more than Eternals and Doctor Strange and Black Widow. And I think part of that, I think, is because Christian Bale is in a completely different film to everybody else, but is very good. And I liked how colourful it was. And then when it was black and white, how stark that was. And like, because everything else had been so colourful, it is obviously intentional and it worked. And there are sequences in the film that I like. And the fact that it's not necessarily connected to anything else other than other Thor films is comforting. But in saying all that, I don't think Waititi is going to do another MCU film. Because I think he would have seen the reaction to this and gone, right, people kind of don't like me in this sphere anymore. I'm going to get out while the getting's good and move on to something else while some people do still like me. He is a guy who seems to be desperate to be liked and for people to think he's funny. And I bet some of the reviews coming out of this, I bet he's reading them all and he's maybe enjoying himself with some powder in the hills of snowy places, and is enjoying being high up in the snowy places, and is reading the reviews and then not enjoying them because of the altitude reaction. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. But yeah, it feels like with Ragnarok he was bringing something fresh and it was colourful and it was fun. With Love and Thunder, it's a film that is kind of trying to have its cake and eat it by being utterly banal in places, but then also like having one of the lead characters fucking die of cancer, but just before saying, oh, by the way, you should adopt that kid. Which is a fucking wild place for that film. Yeah, and it's Chris Hemsworth's kid. Which is kind of even more grating in a way. I mean, good for Chris Hemsworth. Absolutely understand that. That wolf woman at the start that he's howling with is Elsa Pataky, his wife. Like that's fun.
The kids who are running, who are the young Thors were his kids.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman's kids in it as well. I think.
Yeah, someone else's kids in it.
Cool.
Yeah, everyone's kids were in it.
Yeah.
And I mean,
but Bale's kids were.
And I mean,
I bet Taika Waititi went, Christian, do you want your kids? Do you want to be in it? And he just went, no.
But the thing is, just going on to the Christian Bale thing, what a fucking waste.
Because he's fucking... The scene he's got where essentially he's telling the story to the kids. And there's a lot of it where it's just shot as him. I was thinking, they're doing that because it would be... Because I bet Christian Bale telling these stories to a bunch of kids would terrify them for life.
Oh, yeah.
But Bale's fully involved in this, but not in it anywhere near enough.
But not even that. Not even just that, though. Not just what a waste of Bale. What a waste of what could have been a really good villain.
The thing is, right, this is the thing that I'll get on to Thor Love and Thunder in a second, my thoughts on that in a second, but holistically, on the MCU, where it's going at the moment, feels incredibly unfocused. And it feels like they can't work out how to have a good bad guy. They had one, and he's gone. Great.
Who are you referring to?
Thanos.
Good bad guy. Do you know why Thanos was a good bad guy?
Because they built him up.
Because he wasn't just one film and done.
Yeah, but that's it. But they don't want to commit to a new bad guy.
I fucking bet Christian Bale was like, no, I'm not signing a fucking contract.
Oh, yeah.
You've got me for one.
You've got me for one and done. But I mean, it seems to be they're going for like a War of the Gods kind of thing. Which I'm sure there's something there to what it's on. But yeah, the thing is, I'm with Thor Love and Thunder. I liked the Eternals. I quite liked that. I haven't rewatched it because it might change quite dramatically on that. But I don't know, with Thor Love and Thunder, it felt really unfocused. It's weird, Ian, you used the word flimsy when you were messaging about it earlier, and that was the exact word we used coming out of it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Vex was flimsy. But it just, like, there was fun bits in it that I had fun with. But there was also bits that I was like, do you know what? This doesn't make any sense. I know it's not even supposed to, but like real kind of like basic things, like the kid at the end. What kind of is that? Because my interpretation of it is it's Gore's kid brought back to life.
Yep.
That's what Gore did. But why she got the power of gods?
Because the eternity imbued her with it. Who fucking knows?
But why?
No, I know.
I don't know, maybe we'll find out.
But it just feels a little bit like somebody might have asked that question and nobody was bothered to kind of think of a reason for why. I thought the action was a bit weak as well.
Yeah, the fights were very
It was very much stand there, push something forward, and everyone will just fall down. But then you had Russell Crowe as Zeus. Which was fun. I liked him as Zeus.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I will say, I will say this though. We get it, Taiki. You like orgies and you've been to an orgy. This is the second Thor film he's done that orgies have been mentioned.
Right.
And it was just that with the, right, you're not invited to the orgy now. And just like, we get it. And the persistent use of, right, how many shits can we use in this movie?
Yeah.
Annoyed me. Just for no reason.
Look, the Taika thing, I mean, you know, like I say, I don't hate this film at all. I was talking to Noel earlier on, he was just like, fucking just you wait on the rewatch. It's like, yeah, I bet. I could see that happening. But just as a side point, this Taika Waititi's been getting some shit for a video that he did online with Tessa Thompson where they were breaking down a scene.
Yeah.
And he was taking the piss out of some of the visual effects.
Yeah.
And, you know, Michael Bay also did that with Ambulance, where he was just like, he said he wasn't happy with one of the shots. And the VFX industry is one that has to go through an insane amount of crunch, and it's people who aren't paid an awful lot. It's quite close to video game development, you know, in a way that people go into that because they're passionate about it, and then they're just constantly getting fucked over. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, with Taika Waititi, it's kind of easy to hate on the guy because, like, I don't know, like, he's successful and he seems to like the smell of his own farts. But coming out and being disparaging about the visual effects in a film that you've worked on, where a lot of people worked very fucking hard trying to achieve your vision.
Yeah.
You know,
because let's be honest, there is barely a second of this movie that doesn't require some VFX.
Yeah, exactly. The work on it would have been fucking huge. And it just... There is a lack of class about Taika Waititi, which I'm surprised about, given that he wrote Jojo Rabbit, which, you know, whether you like or hate Jojo Rabbit...
Like, yeah, wasn't
Yeah.
it, Bex?
It's talking about some pretty mature shit. You know, and that I like Jojo Rabbit. So that's the thing. It's like separating the art from the artist. You know, a lot of the time we talk about that because like the artists are fucking sex offenders or fucking anti-Semitic. So but you know, it's probably easier to separate the art from the artist where the artist is just a bit of a fucking twat. But it is. I am annoyed that I like his output as much as I do. And he needs to fuck off for a bit. He really, really needs to fuck off for a bit.
Yeah, it was... The thing is, I actually quite like his character in it. I quite like Korg.
I love Korg.
I think he's
Korg's fine.
He's fine. He's funny. I was a little bit when it looked like he died. I was a little bit like, oh no, don't, because he's actually quite amusing.
Yeah.
And
And then it was just his face.
then it was just the face. The Korg, his people essentially being, you know, it's the males that have a child, and what is it? And then the Dwayne joke at the end was quite amusing. I'll give him that one.
Yeah, that was good.
And the thing is that there was good points.
There was good bits.
Of this movie.
The thing is, the further away I get from like seeing it, the less of the good points I remember, and the more of the bad points.
But the Asgard, yeah, that's right. Isn't it?
New Asgard.
New Asgard.
Yeah.
New Asgard. Being essentially becoming like a tourist trap
Yeah.
is quite funny. And it feels quite kind of apt.
That's definitely what would happen, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it just... It feels a little bit... Yeah, flimsy is the right word. It seems to be... The film is trading off... Look, Chris Hemsworth's really charismatic as Thor. And there's a lot of that. Chris Hemsworth is doing an awful lot of heavy lifting in this movie. Literally.
Well, yeah.
At one point, he catches a boulder.
Thing is, though, a lot's been made of. This is the biggest Chris has ever been. He's really worked out to get him straight.
It's not for this.
But he is the biggest he's ever been in a movie. In this movie.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of his physique, yeah.
But it doesn't look
Wow.
good anymore.
Okay.
Well,
It's got too big.
Because it's not for this. The reason why he got as big as he did wasn't for this, it's for the Hulk Hogan movie.
Right.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was
a
happening.
thing.
Great.
Yeah, that's the reason why he's as big as he is. Even he commented on it and said, I had to get, you know, there was...
Is Hulk Hogan that big?
Hulk Hogan was an absolute fucking monster.
Is he an absolute unit?
Yeah.
Is he dead? Is that what we're saying was?
No?
Oh.
No, I mean, literally, when
Just no longer a unit.
Stallone made a movie with him, he said, Stallone has been on record as saying several times, he has never met an athlete as physical perfection as Hulk Hogan was at the time.
This guy?
He was fucking massive. Yeah. And that's why he had to get that big to play Hulk Hogan.
I'll let him off then. He needs to fucking chill out a little bit after he's finished filming that, though.
Well, what's it? Random tangent. Chris Evans commented on that recently, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah.
What's he say?
He was commenting on the fact that, because they're talking about the, you know, is there anything that you sort of don't miss about the MCU and bits like that? And he was saying, yeah, the physical workout that you had to be in pretty much all the time. He was saying, you know, since I stopped being Cap, people have gone, are you okay? When they've met me, it's like, why? It's like, you've lost so much weight. And he's like, yeah, I have. It's not weight, it's muscle.
This is me as a normal human.
I've slimmed down. We say I don't have to spend like 6 hours in the gym 5 days a week. Ian, what did you think of the goats?
Oh, they were so fucking annoying.
Oh, I fucking
I
loved them.
kind of love
Sorry.
the goats.
I fucking loved them. Every single time they screamed, it was like, I'm here for it. I wish they were in the fights.
The bit that got me, possibly my highlight of the entire movie, was when they got to the shadow place, like the planet or whatever it was they were on, and the ship crashed into it, and the goats just screamed at that.
Yeah.
I think I was the sole person in the cinema who found that as amusing as I did.
Yeah.
It was one of those, one of those moments you get in the cinema where you laugh and you are thoroughly aware that nobody else is laughing, but you do not care.
I also enjoyed that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I understand.
You won't, Siri, but yeah. So, where are we all with MCU at the moment?
Hey, as I've said before, I'm liking me my Miss Marvel.
Where are we with the MCU films?
Oh, yeah, I know, but the MC, fine. Absolutely contractual obligation.
Yep.
We'll see how they go. It feels like its influence is starting to wane a bit, and that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I'm on that. I kind of like the idea that the magic is broken. Becky pointed something out to me, actually, didn't you?
Did I?
That Kevin Feige had said
Yes.
in an interview.
Yeah.
Where he basically said that what's happening at the moment is that these are the reactions to the end of Endgame.
These are the immediate aftermaths of
Of Endgame. But what they're doing at the moment is they're catching up to 2024.
Which is when the snap would have...
Which is where the snap took us to, so that they can start being back. The films that are coming out are going to be back in the right time frame.
So they're filler.
Which kind of does sound a little bit like he's saying they're filler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, if the thing is, there hasn't been one of like the post Endgame ones that you've gone, that is an absolute fucking stone cold banger.
Spider-Man's pretty good with Jakey G.
That's probably the closest, yeah.
Yeah.
But that came out literally a few months after.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wish they'd stop releasing them so that the contractual obligation element would go away. I do not want to watch any more of these films.
We've got about 4 months now, and I don't think... Oh, no, there is the She-Hulk Attorney at Law in August. But, again, I mean, that feels like something completely different, which I'm kind of there for, at least for the first episode. It's just the fact it's called She-Hulk Attorney at Law.
Is it?
Yeah.
Full title is She-Hulk Attorney at Law.
Yeah.
Fuck. You see, I'm actually more interested in that than any of the other bits.
It
Tim
just
Roth's
it
in
looks
it.
like a... Yeah.
As
Mark Ruffalo's in it.
Abomination.
Sorry?
Tim Ross as
Tim.
he's back as Abomination.
I think so.
That's what it says.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That feels like it's going to be a different vibe, and I'm looking forward because I mean, like we've had. It's only been Doctor Strange and this so far this year, hasn't it?
Movie wise.
Yeah, but it already feels like it's been more.
Yeah.
But then again, that's because there's been fucking Moon Knight.
Been a lot of series, hasn't
and Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel. Has there been anything else this year? I feel like there must have been.
there was another one.
Hawkeye was right around the turn of the year.
Hawkeye was like a Christmas one, wasn't it? Was Loki after Hawkeye?
Yeah. No, it was before. Loki was like this time last year.
Jeez, was it? Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Time has no meaning.
Like season 2's filming now.
Time has no meaning.
No, quite. But again, it's interesting because it's like the last episode of Loki introduced Kang the Conqueror, who is going to be in the next Ant-Man. But it'll be interesting to see whether, like, if it's literally going to be, he was in an episode of Loki in 2021, and then the next time you see that character, he's in a film 2 years later.
Yep.
That just seems mad. But like I said earlier on, we'll see what comes out of Comic-Con, because it feels like that is going to be a blast of information.
Yeah, they need to go big on that to kind of get people's interest fully back in, I think.
Yeah, like that I think is apparently Fantastic Four. So John Watts dropped out of it, and like Kevin Feige is trying to find like an actual kind of like king shit director to do Fantastic Four, and it feels like maybe they'll announce that, cut like the casting for that, maybe have like a teaser for Ant-Man, maybe a teaser for Blade. I think that's been shooting, and then maybe like confirmation that Taron Egerton's going to be Wolverine. And then that, if you've got all that, that feels like, and also some Wakanda Forever stuff as well, that feels like that's going to be enough to kind of keep people going.
If there isn't a Wakanda Forever trailer there, then I think people are going to start saying this is getting delayed, isn't it?
Yeah. If there is basically, if they're not going to show anything Wakanda Forever at Comic-Con, it will be because in the next week and a half they're announcing it's been delayed to next year,
and they'll pull Ant-Man forward.
That would be fun. I think that fucker's shot.
Yep.
Yeah, Bill Murray was talking about having a role in it, and that was last year.
Oh, it's done. That film is shot in the can and ready to go, apparently.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, like, hey, I'd be up for an Ant-Man in November.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, if there was any MCU franchise at the moment, I'd be up for another one of. I think it would be Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I like that little fucker.
Yep. And he's anti-vaccinated.
And God, by the time Ant-Man 3 comes out, it would have been nearly 5 years since the last Ant-Man.
Fucking hell. It's not quite Doctor Strange levels, but it's not far off. So where are we in terms of ratings for Thor Love and Thunder?
Hey, definitely not shit, but we'll see.
Where are you, Bex? You've gone full shit.
Yeah.
Because you liked it more than me when at the cinema.
It's made me angry.
Right, okay.
Because it should have been better. The pieces, the puzzle pieces are there for it to be better, and they've just been wasted.
Right, well, I think I'm touching cloth on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full gamut of emotions.
It is, yeah. And our audience poll, definitely not shit, 40%. Touching cloth, 33%. Shit, 13%. And Geostorm, 14%. So, yeah. I'd say that's... Most people kind of mostly liked it. And I like that. People like things. Right.
Hey Hannah, I think you really can't beat a good rewatch of a TV show. Would you agree with that, love?
Oh, yes, I would.
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I think during, global pandemics, storms, all of these things, it's quite nice to just sit down and burn through something that you've seen a million times.
Absolutely, nothing like a binge watch.
Star Trek.
Babylon 5.
Because you could sit there for hours looking at serial killer documentaries.
Absolutely, that doesn't
Netflix.
make you a weird person at all.
It doesn't. Yeah, you could watch documentaries that all seem to be about women killing men.
Love you, darling.
You could put off watching Daredevil for the 30th time.
Harry Potter.
But really, you can't beat immersing yourself in the warm jumper of a rewatch of a show or a franchise.
Beloved franchise.
A beloved franchise.
Lord of the Rings.
Twin Peaks. From VHS compilations recorded off television with the ad breaks, cut out of course, to DVD box sets of Sex and the City and, I don't know, Smallville.
Farscape,
Quantum Leap, to giving up finding new content on Netflix and just having a comfort trawl through Star Trek The Next Generation or Parks and Recreation. I think that we can all agree.
There's a lot to be said for that.
You can't beat a good rewatch. So, with that in mind, join
Hannah
and Mike from Chinstroker vs. Punter as we burn through some of our favourite franchises and share our immediate reactions to each instalment in both spoiler and non-spoiler sections. To do that, do a search for the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whichever your favourite podcast provider may be, or go directly to anchor.fm/rewatch project. We are proud members of the Pod Syndicate family of podcasts.
Have you ever wondered what so-called family films will scar your kids forever? Putting 4 or 5-year-olds in front of this movie, it's like, if they didn't know what death was before this, they're going to know it after it.
They're going to know it after it, and they're going to be freaking terrified.
And they're going to be questioning you.
Yeah.
Or do you have the slight suspicion that your loved one has a cold, dead heart?
Yeah, the Dark Knight has got like all the orphans and like, oh no, we're going to die. They did not build up those orphans at all. In my head, it's like, kill them.
Then look no further. The His Film Her Movie podcast is the show for you. It's the movie podcast that celebrates the contrasting cinematic tastes of its hosts. So join Jordan and Lauren every week on their unique journey through the land of the silver screen. So if you're looking for a few laughs, some fun film-related chat, then get involved. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Brian and Charles is directed by Jim Archer, and written by and starring David Earl, and also has the voice of Chris Hayward, and Louise Brayley, Nina Sociana, and a few other kind of British character actors in it that are there. What is it about? Let's see what the IMDb's say about Brian and Charles. Been a bit of a sleepy festival circuit hit, this one, hasn't it? After a particularly harsh winter, Brian goes into a deep depression, completely isolated and with no one to talk to. Brian does what any sane person would do when faced with such a melancholic situation. He builds a robot called Charles Petrescu.
The fact that he chooses like such a specific name as well.
Yes.
Well, he doesn't like Clive.
He doesn't like Clive, yeah. Ian, what did you think to your time with Brian and Charles?
So, I think this is fascinating. 10 years ago, I think this would have been all over the place. You know, like, it in the time of, like, Ben Wheatley doing, like, Sightseers, that kind of time. It feels like it would have been the darling of The Guardian. And
yes.
Kermode and Mayo would be talking about it loads. And we're in a different environment now, where I am fucking stunned that this has got a actually relatively wide cinema release. Not because of the quality of the film, but because of what it is. I'm sure it's made fuck all. Because it's horrible. It feels like a horrible weekend to release it. The same weekend for Love and Thunder comes out, where the weather's been all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, now, like, no fucker seems to want to go to the cinema at the moment. And, you know, fair enough, we don't get weather like this very often in the UK, so I understand that. And I'm glad that a film like this still exists in the cinema. I didn't outright love it. And I thought at times it maybe thought... okay, I think that's harsh saying it. It's maybe thought it was funnier than it thinks it was, but I just maybe didn't find it subjectively funny all the way through. Like, the running gag about him liking cabbages.
Yeah.
It just, I could, I'm all right. And I thought the story was surprisingly slight as well, where it's like, okay, he's just like growing up, and then he leaves the nest. All right, fine. But I thought the performances were charming. It was more charming than I actually thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a bit teeth itchy, and it never was. And yeah, I don't know. It did have a Welshness about it. I will say, which I'm fond of, for obvious reasons. So yeah, I was quite taken with it, especially by the end. It worked on me, despite the fact that it is quite slight. But yes, the fact that he's called Charles Petrescu, and the way he says Brian made me laugh every time. Brian. It just good times. I'm intrigued to see what you guys made of it, actually.
Well, the thing is, I agree with you. That there was, it was maybe a little bit, sort of. They fleshed it out because it comes from a short film that they made, and I think you can maybe tell that it doesn't quite have enough there to be a fully fleshed movie. But it is engaging at points. The cabbage thing did get too fucking much. It became a little bit like the fact that it went from being, I eat a lot of cabbage, and the cabbage gun. It went from being something that was kind of amusing to the last thing of it, where he's giving him his what is it? And he's like, and I put a Savoy cabbage in there. It was like, right, that is one fucking joke too far. It doesn't make sense. You're just being a dick now.
Just a cabbage too far.
Yeah. It gets over the fact that you've got a very... The design of Charles is really charming.
Yeah.
And the performance of Charles, the physical performance of Charles...
Front.
Is really good.
Like that bit.
Yeah. The fact that... Yeah, that his arc is he's growing as well, is it? But things like when he's sleeping and he's just saying over and over again, "I am sleeping."
Yeah.
I am sleeping, and then it moves later on into the "I am dreaming."
Yeah. I
am dreaming. I like that, and I think you get that sense of when the guy when they're essentially being a dick to Charles, you do feel the anger sense that Brian's got there.
See, I just felt angry at Brian.
Why?
For not fucking doing anything about it.
But I think he felt angry himself there.
But then he makes the super shover.
Yeah, the super shover was fucking great.
That was good.
Yeah. It's just the fact that fucker comes out of nowhere as well.
Because you focused on them building the cabbage gun. You don't know that he's also built a super shover.
Well, that's it. I think it tricks you into thinking, and what it does end up happening, that Charles is going to shoot the cabbage gun at him and hit him in the face. You don't expect that, but it's the physicality of the fact that it fires him right across the fucking thing. was kind of good. I enjoyed that element of it, but it did feel a little bit like at points we were watching them killing time to get to bits.
Sure. Yeah. But it's. I don't know. It is like I say. It's refreshing to see something like this out there, and it's like in this age where it's kind of blockbuster or bust for content in the cinema at the moment. It's cool to see this out there. And why not? Because it's not a 5 out of 5 banger, but it's a perfectly decent hour and a half. Like by the end of it, you're not going to feel like, oh, I wasted my time there.
Well, that's it. It's pretty much it does exactly what it says on the tin kind of film. And like I say, it's nice that it's out there. I thought it did have like $400,000 at the box office, which
It did 400 grand. All right, that's
all right.
Actually, that's not bad. Yeah.
You know, I think they'll be kind of happy with that. But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. It was kind of what I was expecting, but it also, in a way, wasn't. It was a little bit slighter than I was expecting, but I kind of think I liked that. But yeah, it does all hang on the fact that Charles is quite charming.
Yes, very, very much so.
But he's a bit
and
of a
you
knob
do
at
feel
points
sorry
as
for
well,
him.
But he's
in the same way that children as they're growing up are not.
Yeah,
but...
that's the thing.
Yeah.
There. But then I was asking myself at the end, I turned out you said to Bex, didn't I, when they bought him the world ticket? I was like, there's a couple of things there. Can you actually buy just a world ticket? And the second one is, how does that logistically work? Like, how does he travel?
I think if the bit that you're getting hung up on in a movie about a man that makes an AI robot in his garage is world tickets and passport regulations and stuff, I think you're probably watching it wrong though.
Maybe. Yeah. But still. These are the questions we need to ask.
Yeah, do you know, it's fun, it's charming. There's ways they could have padded it out from a short film to a full movie better, I think. But it's certainly not boring. It clips along. Like,
It's got exactly the right length
Yeah.
to it.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll say that for it.
The bully man's voice really annoyed me.
His voice annoyed you?
Yeah.
What, his Welsh accent?
I don't think it was... Because the other lady, the nasty lady who tells him that one end shits and one end says I'm a cow, her voice didn't annoy me, and she had a Welsh accent, so it wasn't the accent, it's just...
That's a fucking great line.
I mean, that is a great, like, his accent is quite a strong Welsh accent,
yeah.
and I'd argue hers wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, he's very Welsh. Yes,
What up, boy?
I think it's the lilting quality. Like,
Wow, you're just attacking just the Welsh accent now.
No, of his specifically.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And the fact that he was a tit.
Well, yeah, he was a tit. He was a piece of shit.
He's mine now.
Why
Really good, that him.
Why does he nick him? Just to be a prick.
Yeah.
But why didn't he call the
I'm going to
police?
tell Donna you said that.
What?
I'm going to tell that you said that was good. She fucking hates it when I try and do it.
So where are we all with this one then, guys?
Yeah, definitely not shit. It's not going to be anywhere fucking near my year-end list, particularly this year. But it's it's a good time.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not shit on it. Yeah, definite shit 60%.
Nice.
Touching cloth 0%. Shit 40%.
Wow. Okay.
Ian, what have you been watching?
I have been watching. What have I been watching? Come on, diary, you fucking dickhead. Right, there we are. Yeah, I've got a few this week. So, started off with a film that just plopped onto Netflix. The Man from Toronto.
It arrived with all the fucking whiz and bang of a Man from Toronto would.
Fucking madness. Kevin Hart, Woody Harrelson, directed by the guy who did the Hitman's Bodyguard, Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, Expendables 3. You know, like some decent pedigree there. And I literally found out it was on Netflix because somebody on Twitter did a screen grab of their Netflix app. So some of the latest content from Netflix was originally supposed to come out in the cinema. Jason Statham was attached to star, dropped out relatively last minute. Woody Harrelson replaced him, and Netflix bought the rights to it. And My biggest problem with the film is that every single fucking line, every single mannerism is obviously designed for Jason Statham, and Woody Harrelson is doing a Jason Statham impression throughout the entire fucking film. Not in terms of accent, but everything else. And it doesn't work. Woody Harrelson is just a bit too warm, and he's got too much of this guy could actually be warm and cuddly.
Which Woody Harrelson brings that to pretty much everything, doesn't he?
Yeah, most of the time, yeah. So the kind of like the way the plot works in this, it's a buddy comedy, so it's no great surprise that Woody Harrelson may be on Kevin Hart's side at some point in this film. And with Jason Statham, at least there would be a little bit of edge to that. There's not here. Really, really bad CG. Doesn't feel like it had an awful lot of money thrown at it.
75 million apparently the budget for this film was.
What the fuck? Okay, I'm assuming COVID protocols probably added a good chunk to that. There's one action sequence that was relatively memorable. It's kind of like a one-shot, but obviously not a one-shot, where Patrick Hughes does, he's a decent enough, he's a competent action filmmaker, and it's got those moments. The thing is, it feels like one where if you've got an unlimited card, or if you had just wanted an undemanding Friday night at the cinema, it would be fine. But it just unceremoniously coming out on Netflix, they just realised they didn't flush the toilet from last time and they just flushed it again. It's... Yeah, I don't know. It feels like another Content the movie.
Well, Patrick Hughes, director, wants to incorporate Kevin Hart and Woody Harrelson's characters into the possible sequel to The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
I mean, yeah, that could, yeah. Sure. I suppose. I'd rather watch Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson and Salma Hayek do another one by themselves, if I'm honest. Kevin Hart is just doing his Kevin Hart thing. Which is all right. Like I say, as an undemanding Friday night at the cinema, it would be all right. But it's just the way that Netflix just obviously pay a lot of money for this stuff and then just shit it out. I don't know, their business model feels like step 1, acquire stuff, step 2, question mark, step 3, dollar signs. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But yeah, The Man from Toronto, a very 3 out of 5 film. So I also watched a film from last year that, people seem to like and I just hadn't got round to. So I caught up with Werewolves Within.
Oh, yeah.
So based on a Ubisoft VR game, I found out afterwards. Well, actually, I found out at the start because there was a Ubisoft logo. It was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I literally just put Werewolves Within to search for the film to look at the Wikipedia for it, and it took me to this Ubisoft game.
Yeah, mad. So this stars Sam Richardson, who is a bit of a hey that guy, maybe. He was in a great Apple TV series, The After Party, which was a Friday night fixture for Donna and I, towards the start of the year.
I've heard of that, but never watched it, but heard that it was really good. I think it might be you who said it was really good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's like a murder mystery, but every episode is styled like a different genre of film.
Oh, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it's like a Rashomon kind of thing. So it's their perspectives on what happened on the night leading up to the murder. One of them's like a romantic comedy with musical numbers, and one of them's like a more noir-y kind of thing, and one of them's like a one crazy night kind of thing. It's fun actually. So yeah, he's from that. He's also responsible for one of the funniest fucking things I've seen in a number of years. Did you guys ever watch I Think You Should Leave?
No, I've not watched that yet. No, the TV series.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There is a bit in that where there is a reinterpretation of A Christmas Carol, which is one of the funniest fucking things I've seen in my life.
I will give it a go.
Like, it's straight up, like, it's fucking incredible. And he's in that as well. He was in the Tomorrow War too. So, he plays this new, like, ranger who is just, like, started working in this kind of, like, snowy town. And there's some trouble with the locals, that, like, these, oil company people are trying to run a pipeline through their town, and some of them are saying yes please, some of them are saying no, fuck off. And wouldn't you know it, there's a werewolf or werewolves about. And the power goes out, there's a snowstorm, and they're all trapped in this bed and breakfast, and it's essentially who's the werewolf. And yeah, I thought this was alright, actually. I watched it on Sunday night, and it was just a very nice, kind of like, bit horror-y, but not really, horror comedy, which had some fun characters, a few funny moments, and was just generally entertaining. It kind of sounds like damning with faint praise, but I suppose I wasn't really going to it expecting much, and I didn't get much, but I had a decent time.
Sort of kind of like worth getting to, but don't rush to it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you've hovered over it, press play
it's...
again one time.
Yeah, quite. And I suppose it had been talked about enough. I'd heard about it enough that maybe there was a bit of cool. Got anything else going on there? But but it was absolutely fine. God, I seem to watch a lot of TV just because I was going to say one of the actors from the What We Do in the Shadows show is in it as well. For anybody who watches that, the guy who plays Guillermo, he's in it. He's very good. So Werewolves Within, it's decent. Last one for me this week, and I'm gonna take the stick out of my arse when I say that for the first time since the cinema, I rewatched Attack the Block.
All right, how did this go? Because I was a little bit. I had a big issue. I enjoyed the film, but I had a bit of an issue with a part of the movie.
So, we weren't doing Dude and the Monkey at the time that Attack the Block came out.
I think we just missed it, I think.
Yeah, so it was 2010 actually, I think, Attack the Block, or 2011,
yeah.
But so we did just miss it, fair enough. My major issue with it first time out is in the opening 10 minutes or so, you've got the ostensible heroes of the film mugging someone.
Which is my issue with it as well.
Getting away with it, and there you go. But watching it now, I think that through the film, they do maybe to say, not that they should be forgiven for it, but that it is a product of the environment in which they are living, and also that they are children pretending to be big scary men. And the main arc of the film is not necessarily... the main arc of the film is that they kill essentially what turns out to be the female of these aliens early doors. And then actions have consequences. And it's about Moses realizing that what he puts out in the world, it's gonna come back on him. And the characters are kind of dickheads, but also two of the like group of like 5, I think it is, are killed during the course of the film. It is the whole actions have consequences thing is played out, and by the end of the film, you do get the sense that Moses is going to be the new leader of this block, and that he is going to be better. And the first time round, at the end, like the last image of the film is John Boyega, who's fucking great in this, by the way, smiling. And like, because people are going, Moses, and it's just like, right, okay, so what? He's just going to be the leader of the block, and what's that going to mean then? Second time round, it became a much more apparent to me, and it was my blinkered view of the film. First time round, I wasn't listening, or at least I don't think I was. That made me interpret it in a way that I don't think Joe Cornish intended on. Also, there's this line where Jodie Whittaker's on the phone to Moses, and like she's looking around his house, and she looks in his bedroom, and it's like a Spider-Man kind of like duvet cover, and she's just like, "Do you have a little brother?" No. How old are you? 15. You look older, and it is that realization of fucking hell, he's 15. You know, and just like all the way through the film, he's being like painted as like the Billy Big Bollocks. It's not. He's just this 15-year-old kid. Don't really know what he's doing. He's a fucking product of his environment. But through just realizing empathy, he's becoming a better person. So there's that. But also, the creature design is some of the best creature design of that decade. It's not been. It's barely been bettered. It's great. The just sheer blackness, but then you just see like their fucking luminous fangs. It's great. And the score rules as well.
Basement
it is
Jack's
a fantastic score. Yeah, it's great. Like the cue when Moses is basically doing his hero moment at the end is cracking. So look, I don't think Attack the Block is perfect. I think it's got too many characters, and the mugging at the start. I think it would have been better if they kind of fucked it up, or just seemed less sure of themselves in the moment. Like they just seemed too good at it at the start.
I might give this a rewatch, because I remember it being just a fucking, it zips along at a fucking pace, and there's a really good FIFA joke in it.
Yeah.
That I remember laughing at a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it is rather fun. And like I say, I think it was just a me problem. I think I was coming at the film wrong. And also, I'll be honest, maybe with a bit of prejudice of just like, well, I don't like hoodies, or something like that, if I'm honest. And I think maybe now, just 10 years hence, and like just knowing they're not the problem, it's and they're not necessarily the masters of their destiny, that I can see that more. It's a smarter film than I gave it credit for.
Cool. I was wrong. Catch up with that. Bex, what have you watched on? Sorry.
It's on Netflix, by the way. It's on Netflix.
Cool. I'll catch up with that. Bex, what have you been watching?
The only film I've watched on my own is...
I don't watch anything on my own this week.
Okay. The only film I've watched on my own is a rewatch of Elvis at the cinema last Saturday.
And?
It's even better second time round.
Nice.
I would go and see it this Saturday as well, between me finishing work and you finishing work, because I have a 3-hour gap, but none of the showings fit in that gap. It's very sad times. Very sad times. Might go pay and see it at View.
Okay. So what else did we watch this week, Bex? As a collective?
We watched some stuff.
We did, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
We rewatched 310 to humour.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. First watch in a while,
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it since I first saw it.
which was at the cinema.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
No. I really like 310 to humour. It's a good western that again is unashamedly just, you know, it's James Mango coming off the back of Walk the Line.
Yeah.
And you know, using like the literal cash that he had in the bank. I thought I'd get more for that, thanks. For that, and you know, bringing along Christian Bale and Russell Crowe to do this, and then Ben Foster in very much a very Ben Fostery role, but one of I think the first, because he was very well thought of as like an up and comer, but this was the one where it put him on screen with people, and he's very good at the, you know,
He's like a sub-main character in this,
well,
isn't he?
I think the idea is that actually that Ben Wade kind of exists as a mythos, as a myth, and that's how he gets what he gets done. Is essentially he's just good at corralling these frankly unpleasant men that he doesn't have to be that unpleasant himself.
Yeah.
He's a redeemable soul. You know, that he says during the movie, "I'd never kill anyone that hasn't deserved it," and literally within the movie, he doesn't kill anybody
Spares people
that doesn't deserve it. He spares people that he feels deserves it. Whereas you've got Ben Foster he just fucking kills at will.
Yeah. Yeah.
And happens to be very, very good at it. And the reason why spoiler alert for a 15-year-old movie that's a remake of a 70-year-old movie, 65-year-old movie, it is that he has to kill him because it's like, no, he is the myth of Ben Wade is actually Ben Foster's character.
Yeah.
Charlie Prince is the whole reality of it all. Yeah. Russell Crowe's very good in it, but it was at that point where he was still taking himself maybe a little bit too seriously.
Do you reckon?
I think this is the one where he's starting to have a little bit of fun with it, but there is an element of him. I mean, the thing is, Russell Crowe is really fucking good.
Yeah.
It's the problem. But this was the one where, you know, like the character can do no wrong and everything he does is perfect. And it's almost a little bit like that. Whereas Bale's still very much in the, no, my character has to have fucking flaws.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, and then there are like literal scene-stealing performances from Ben Foster. And, who is it? Dallas Roberts is really fucking good in this. He's really fucking good.
I mean, all the performances are really good, to be fair.
Yeah, solid rewatch of that. What else did we rewatch, Becky?
We also rewatched the classic movie Gladiator, didn't we?
We did rewatch Gladiator, yeah.
Hey, you did watch it. Nice.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, I remember liking Gladiator when we saw it at the cinema. And then I remember liking it when we watched it on DVD. And I remember the last time I watched it, which must have been... it must have been getting on for near 20 years ago. Because the movie came out in 2000.
Yeah.
It must be getting on for near 20 years ago. And not liking it.
Right.
Like, just being quite bored by it. Maybe it was because I just watched it, like, too many times, too close together.
Yeah.
So I'd kind of, like, shied away from rewatching it for all these years because my last memory I'd had of it was that I didn't like it. Gladiator's fucking great.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Gladiator is genuinely fucking great.
Yeah.
And I always forget that it's this that... for some reason, I always think that Russell Crowe's got 2 Academy Awards.
Yeah.
One for this and one for A Beautiful Mind. And he doesn't. He just has one for this.
Okay.
And
Who did he lose to for this?
he got it for this, didn't he?
Oh, no. Hang on, he got it for this, but not A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah. See, this is the bit that confuses me. I'm sure he got it for this, and he didn't win for Beautiful Mind. Russell Crowe, not Brussels Crowe. I swear your phone knows you're trying to type something fast.
Fucking yeah, he won. Yeah, he won for Gladiator. Nominated for A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah. I thought he won for A Beautiful Mind. I thought he won 2.
He got a Golden Globe and a BAFTA for A Beautiful Mind.
Right, that might be it then.
He definitely got nominated though,
Yeah.
eh? Yeah.
Yeah, but but you can see why he wins it for this.
Oh, Denzel won the year. The
For Training
Beautiful
Day.
Mind,
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough then.
Yeah.
Also nominated for The Insider.
Yeah, he was nominated for The Insider, yeah. Possibly should have won for The Insider as well. But he's fucking incredible in this. Just as you get the broken guy, but you're watching it going, yep, I could see why this man could literally inspire an entire fucking revolution. Go on.
Sorry, just to say, so The Insider year.
Yeah.
Also nominated Richard Farnsworth for The Straight Story.
Fair enough.
Sean Penn for Sweet and Low Down.
I always thought that was a bit
Denzel Washington for The Hurricane.
Ooh.
Winner,
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey for American Beauty.
Not aged well.
It is a good performance.
Nope.
It's good, yeah.
But it's not aged well.
Not aged well, though.
But he's just not aged well, has he?
I don't think the film's aged well.
No, probably not.
That film's soured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird side tangent about this. So, I don't know what... No, that was it. There was an interview with... I can't remember her name, from Walkabout, the Australian movie, that I read, where she was saying that she regrets doing a nude scene when she was 16.
Yeah.
Because it was odd. And then that got me thinking, and I went, right, about the American Beauty thing. And the fact that Thor Birch did a topless scene at 16 years old.
Yeah.
Which then, for some reason, because I was at work and there was nobody else in, and I was kind of not really, I was kind of just stood. So my brain was going, right, that didn't need to be a nude scene. You didn't need to see Thora Birch's boobs in that. You could have shot it from the back, got the fact that he was seeing her boobs and filmed her boobs without actually having to show a 16-year-old's boobs. And that was only... Yeah, it's 2000. It was 1999, so it's 23 years ago. But it feels close enough that you'd go, that just wouldn't happen now.
No. Who made the movie?
Sam Mendes. But it feels like close enough that you look at it going, that shouldn't have happened then. Whether or not she signed whatever bit of paper she signed, her parents signed it anyway, it didn't need to be there. I'm aware now that I'm talking about a movie that we're not even watched.
Yeah.
Fucking... Sorry, I'm just looking at the Best Actor nominations. John Voight got nominated for Best Actor for Runaway Train.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair...
That fucking rules.
To be fair, Runaway Train's a fucking cracking movie.
That rules.
Yep. 86?
Sorry. Oh, shit. You're asking me. Yeah.
Also, great fun from Everett Roberts.
That rules.
How are you with your rewatch of Gladiator, Becky?
Yeah, it's do you know what, it is undoubtedly very good. I forgot just how good a performance it is from Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
But how that good performance is just makes him really, really fucking icky. It makes your skin crawl. But it's miles too long.
I think it gets away with it because it's a grand epic.
Yeah, and I don't think you could get rid of any of it. It makes it. It's not. Oh, let's watch a film. It's. Oh,
You've got
let's
to
watch
set a night.
Gladiator and let's plan the day
Yeah,
around it.
you've got to set a night aside
Yeah.
for it. Yeah. But the... I mean...
I hate splitting films, and we had to split this. I actually hate fucking doing it.
Yeah, we just run out of time a little bit on the night, didn't we? But like the actual gladiator bits in it, sequences are fucking brilliant.
Oh yeah, really good.
You know, the big one where he actually he arrives and starts fucking, you know, at the actual Colosseum rather than at the mini Colosseum bit.
Yeah.
Where he first does the "Are you not entertained?" bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fucking, and then fucking Shitty fucking comes out to fucking greet him.
Fucking dick.
And he's there. But you're watching it at that moment. And by the way, because we had to stop it just after that, didn't we?
Yeah.
But both of us were flagging a little bit towards that bit. Yeah. But we were like, we can't turn this off because it's just fucking brilliant. And the Russell Crowe essentially just fucking wandering, just backwards and forwards, kind of seething. And he's like, take off your mask, and he takes it off. And it's like, oh shit. Yo, what? You fucking know it's him. You fucking know it's him. And even you go, oh, what are you going to do now, Joaquin? And he's like teeping away from fucking you, like going, you can't, can you prick? And fucking just Russell Crowe just thinking, I was fucking, I wish I could fucking kill you right now.
Yeah.
I could end you. And then the fact that he fucking does, even though he's fucking essentially like fucking already half killed him. But again, it's the fucking look in Russell Crowe's face where he's like, wait, you're going to fight me? This is going to be fucking great.
Yeah, then he like stabs him in the lung, doesn't he?
Yeah, you almost look at him going, he's thinking, I'm going to teabag you. I'm going to teabag you in front of fucking 2 million fucking people. Gladiator is fucking great.
It is. Very good. Very much enjoyed rewatching it.
I fucking loved it. Fucking Oliver Reed is fucking going for it as well.
Oh yeah, Oliver Reed's really good in it.
Oliver Reed is going for it with the passion on man who's going, this is the last big movie I am going to make. And it was, but fucking hell.
What a way to go out, eh?
Yeah. But he is fucking selling it like a motherfucker. Yeah, Gladiator. What a picture.
Banger.
Yeah. Fucking really glad I went back to that.
Well, now your sort of enduring memory of it won't be not liking it. It'll be.
It'll be, let's watch it again. Let's watch it right now.
And you'll ruin it for yourself again.
No. Don't think I can ruin that for myself again. Yeah. So I watched a lot of Russell Crowe this week.
It's good.
Yeah. I'm enjoying it. Might watch some more Russell Crowe.
Yeah, what else we got?
I'm gonna watch fucking Unhinged. I'm gonna fucking watch Nice Guys.
Oh no, let's not do one.
Why? Unhinged is great.
That's not Russell Crowe.
That thank you had a whiff of fuck off to it.
I thought that was Mel Gibson.
No.
Is it Russell Crowe?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with me?
Don't know. A lot. Right. Questions. I did ask for them this week, and we got one. Rick Kidd, has Harrison Ford's 80th birthday excluded Star Wars, Indiana Jones films, and Blade Runner? What are the 5 films of his that you'd recommend watching?
Expendables 3.
I mean, yeah, obviously. Weirdly, Harrison Ford has actually got an oddly... If you take out like the Star Wars movies, the Indiana Jones movies, it's a lot less movies than you'd think.
Yeah.
So I'm just going
to... I don't know, because... I mean, you could say... Because if you were being really lazy...
You could say Apocalypse
I'm
Now.
not going to say any of this stuff. No, yeah, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, ones where he actually has, like, a starring prominent
Yeah,
role.
I don't think you can get the conversation or Apocalypse
Raiders.
Now, can you?
No. You're looking at Raiders, you're looking at Last Crusade, you're looking at Blade Runner, you're looking at Blade Runner 2049, a film which only gets better the more I think about it. And then there's only one left. And it's like, okay, Star Wars? You know, but then that feels like really lazy. It feels like there are other films of
Air
his.
Force One's good.
K-19's good.
Yeah, you really like K-19, don't you?
6 days, 7
But, I
nights.
mean, clear and present. Clear and present danger. Patriot Games.
Frantic's good.
Frantic is good. Oh god, Frantic is good.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the Polanski bit of it.
Fugitive's good.
The Fugitive's a good shout, Becky. Yes.
Oh, The Fugitive is bloody good.
Yeah. Fuck, your Fugitive's a fucking good shout there.
Okay, so if you were breaking it down to 5,
Yeah.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
We can't have Raiders.
Not necessarily in an
You
order.
allowed them.
We can't have Indiana Jones movies.
Or Star Wars, or the other one.
Blade
Blade
Runner.
Runner.
What?
Yeah, it's with the exception of them.
Oh, fucking hell. Who asked this question?
Wicked.
Oh, Rick. What you fucking doing to me, you bellend?
Wow.
So, I think we've got... Because he made a lot of dirged shit in the noughties. Alright, I'm gonna throw a curveball at this.
Oh, God.
Firewire. Firewall.
No. Morning Glory's a fun film.
Morning Glory is good, mind.
Morning Glory. I'm putting Morning Glory out there. I'm putting What Lies Beneath. 6 Days, 7 Nights. Witness.
Fucking Fugitive.
Fugitive. I'm getting The Fugitive. Yeah. And Mosquito Coast.
Alright. Frantic. Patriot Games. The Fugitive. How's your family, Ryan? Sorry.
You're not on the
Air
Devil's
Force
Own.
One.
What's wrong with Devil's Own?
Air Force One, Morning Glory.
What's wrong with Devil's Own?
Yeah.
Dope. Just dope.
Nah, that's... No, I mean, like, what I was doing was fucking Sean
Yeah,
Bean.
Sean Bean in Clear and Present Danger.
Patriot
Patriot
Games.
Games class is, yeah.
Oh, it's good as that.
How's your family, Ryan?
Does anyone want to hear a sad story about Clear and Present Danger?
Go on.
Clear and Present Danger was the film my dad took me to see on the day that my mum and sister moved out.
Your childhood makes me sad.
Yeah.
Why do you like the film so much then?
Oh, that was a good film. Got to go to the cinema. Yeah. Seems to be a thing that when my mum moved out, the first time my mum moved out, I got to go and see Honeymoon in Vegas.
Nice.
Yeah. Honeymoon in Vegas is a good film.
Do you want a cuddle?
I'm fine.
Sure.
James Caan, yeah.
Yeah.
He's great in Honeymoon in Vegas.
Alright, I'm going to ask a question that's
Go on.
not going to make any sense to anyone listening, but I need to have an answer off you. Is that his back foot?
Yes, that's his back foot.
Right.
I will take a photo and I'll put that out on our Twitter for people to get a reference for what we mean. Yeah, that was it for questions.
I very much enjoyed everyone's Film of the Year gifts coming through.
Yes, keep those coming, guys, because I'm just wanting to just as you see that, I just wanted to keep that thread kind of going, to be honest, because I'm really liking it. I like the fact that so far, I'll just go through some of the films we've had. So Christopher Burns as Top Gun Maverick, and Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Jackass Forever. Becky
Nice.
has Elvis. Craig Dawson suggested a Spanish film called Cross the Line, which we're going to try and get to. Gary, surname that I will brutalise because I can never pronounce it properly. Red Rocket.
Isn't it just McConaughey?
It is, but I always, for some reason, it goes into my brain and then comes out as completely different things. So I'm just not going to say it.
Try it.
No.
Try it.
No.
Try
I
say
don't
McConaughey.
want the whole of Scotland to attack me. Ethan M. Bart.
I think you should try it.
Try it, Matt.
What is it?
McConaughey, isn't it?
McConaughey.
So you say.
There you go.
So you just said it.
Yes, by accident, that.
Say it on purpose.
No. That was one of those fucking lightning strikes moments. It ain't striking twice. Craig Dawson also says boiling point. Yeah, so I've had some good ones there. Yeah, some fun ones. Is everyone looking forward to Johnny Mnemonic in black and white?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm buying it.
There's interesting shit happening in the physical media space
There
at the moment,
really
man, I've got to
is,
say. It's like, they are just 100% going, only fucking nerds are buying this stuff, so let's just feed them. Feed the nerds. And it's... Oh, sorry, am I still there? Yeah. It's something that I've been kind of like saying for years, that kind of like how when the bottom drops out of the mass physical media buying, you are just going to have like the labels that actually kind of give a shit doing it. And that is coming to the fore.
Yep.
You're getting Johnny Mnemonic. You're getting Kino Lorber in the US putting out a 4K of Tropic Thunder. Because why not? You're getting Criterion putting out Blowout, and apparently they're doing a 4K of Night of the Living Dead.
Nice. Oh, I'd really like to rewatch that, actually.
Yeah. And that's I bet that'll look great. You know, because it was shot on film, so, you know, it's going to look grainy as fuck. It's going to be amazing. I still haven't opened up the cellophane on it, but you've got Second Sight putting out an edition of Drive in like a fucking £55 big motherfucker that's got essays and a copy of the original novel and then features galore. It feels like 4Ks that are coming out now, they're not just going, yeah, here's the film. They're actually trying.
Yeah.
And it's the physical media situation in terms of the discs themselves. It feels like the best that it's been for about a decade,
Which is good. It's good that they're
helpful.
catering to the people that are buying them, rather than... The problem is, I genuinely think that what happened with physical media was, and especially physical film media, because physical media, in terms of for buying music, had a bumpy road with streaming services, which were a reaction to illegal downloads. But the purchasing of physical music has not been healthier for 25 years.
Because they've gone, oh, do you know what's collectible though? CDs are shit, but...
Yeah, but CDs are making a comeback.
Are they?
CDs are making a comeback. Cassettes are making a comeback.
Yeah.
Vinyl is still outselling all other music media. But what happened with film as a physical media thing was it was devalued by supermarkets selling DVDs for £3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people associated it with that. And it became that. And then the fact that you're getting these specialist labels now are going, okay, yeah, well, let's do something interesting. Because the Johnny Mnemonic thing there, I'll buy that. I want to see that in black and white. I want to see why. And I will buy that.
Why?
Because why the fuck not? Because why the fuck not? That's my genuine thing. I want to see it. Therefore, they're going to provide it to me. I have to pay a fee for it. That just seems like logic.
Fair enough.
Yeah. If we want the people to do these interesting things, we have to be willing to pay for it.
It's fair.
And yeah, I mean...
And that's why our Patreon is
thing,
£2 a month.
Yeah, you'll get me every now and then talking for 25 minutes about this stuff. I went on some real fucking nerdy shit on the last one I recorded about like a film that I was like, what the fuck is that? That just sounds like the stupidest fucking thing. And I click on it, read the synopsis, and then I read the synopsis and I'm like, do you know what? I watched that about 10 years ago.
What?
And it was just like a fucking memory hole.
What film was it?
think it was called like Air Doll or something. That I watched as part of like the Rain Dance Film Festival, like back in the day.
Yeah, the one that's based on a manga.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, and it stars Duna Bay, who was in Cloud Atlas.
Yes.
And I was reading the description. It was like, shit, do you know what? I've actually fucking seen this. And it was wild. But yeah. There you go. $2 a month.
Yep. She plays like a blow-up doll or something like that, doesn't she?
Sorry?
It's like about a blow-up doll or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, and it comes to life.
And starts looking for the concept of love or something like that. From what I remember of
that sounds about right.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Right. So what are we covering next week? Oh, we're covering The Grey Man, aren't we? Because we talked about it earlier in the show.
We did. We were very naughty.
Yes.
We did.
We were. But yeah, looking forward to that. And like you say, that's going to be interesting.
We will not be seeing the Railway Children return.
We will not be seeing the Railway Children return.
Sorry, folks.
Yes. I don't think any of our listeners will also. I think if we put the poll out for that, it'd just be 0.
Yeah.
No, nobody is going to watch that voluntarily, apart from Tories in their 60s. Yeah, so that was episode 452. What a wild ride!
It was a wild ride, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ian.
Thank you.
And thank you very much, Rebecca.
Cheers, Mark.
And we shall speak to you next week. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Huh?
Oh, I enjoyed that.
Oh shit! We forgot something.
Oh, we did forget something. We did. We've not gone.
Oh, that's like, when like albums used to have a big gap before.
Yeah. We've got a deleted scene. We've got an end
We've got
credits.
a deleted scene, folks. We got a fucking deleted scene.
We've got an end credits.
Right. Which is actually going to be way easier for me to edit now.
Right.
What do I know?
Have you listened to this yet, Ian?
No, he said listen to it.
I've not
on the
listened
show.
to it yet.
So this is audio feedback from Noel that he's asked us to not listen to until it's on the show. He sent it 2 weeks ago, and I completely forgot to do it last week, and I almost forgot to do it tonight. So we're gonna pause. Like, you're gonna hear the recording, which I'm gonna edit in, and then you'll hear our reactions after.
Unless it's mean, in which case we'll just edit all of this out.
So, have you got it
Got
there?
it here, yeah.
Right. So if we just mute for a second then, and then...
Yep.
Hi guys, yeah, just out and about, and I thought I'm catching up on episodes of Film Bastards, and some really great points being made about a bunch of things, but one thing has kind of stood out for me in particular that I kind of wanted to throw my thoughts in on, and now seemed like a good time to do it. So yeah, mainly towards Mark, really. I would say personally that I agree with Becky. I think 240 degrees for roast vegetables is ridiculous. It's far too high. I mean, with any vegetable, you're going to break that right down very, very quickly at 240 degrees. So, to leave any vegetable in there for 10, 15 minutes at 240, you're going to burn the edges. If it's a particularly dense vegetable like a carrot or swede or parsnip, you may even find that it's undercooked in the middle. So it's no good, really. Putting that down to 200 degrees, yeah, maybe that's going to work. But you do need to consider what vegetables are in there. So, for example, if you've got carrots in it at 200 degrees, it's probably going to be fine. Again, parsnips could be fine. If you throw in onions or red onions into there at 200 degrees, those are going to cook so much faster than the other vegetables, so they're going to burn to a crisp and ruin everything. Same for red peppers, bell peppers, that kind of thing. So yeah, I would say 180 degrees really. 180 degrees, probably 15 minutes. If you've got a fan oven, maybe you can push that to 20 if it's not a fan oven. But yeah, I think thanks for bringing it up on the show, and I hope this is of some use, and I hope you kind of agree with my comments. Keep up the good work, guys. Speak soon.
He's fucking maniac.
I was right though.
Yeah, you were. Fair enough. Yeah, that's my bad. On that one.
Oh dear, those poor onions.
I can't. Fucking 2-minute voicemail about.
Yeah, I'm suitably chastised and I deserve it thoroughly, as usual. The thing is, the thing is, I was with Noel last week and he didn't fucking mention it. So well played, Noel.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, I was expecting it all.
Yeah. No, same. Well done, Noel. I hope everybody else enjoyed it. I think we're going now, aren't we?
We are doing now, yeah.